And welcome once again to As the Reel Turns, your place for all things movie and television. And we have got another great show for you, as always, for you. We haven't done like entertainment updates in a while, but I do want to just quickly say that thoughts, prayers, and hearts go out to the Reiners, because we did sadly lose Rob Reiner very, very recently. Very tragically, too. So, you know, despite what you think about private anything, his entertainment, which is what this show is all about, he brought us some good stuff. From his acting on All in the Family to the great movies he directed, all the stuff. So, all the thoughts and prayers go to him and his wife. So, let's talk about something jolly and fun. Christmas! Yeah, Christmas! We all love Christmas movies. We love the Santa Claus. We love the Polar Express. We love the Nativity Story, Christmas Story, anything like that. No, 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 no. If you wanted to see those, you can watch the Christmas movies episode we did. Okay, let's talk Rudolph. Let's talk all your favorite Hallmark movies. No, 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 no. If you want to see that stuff, go watch our Christmas on TV episode. I was approached pretty much after we did our November taping by a guest who was on that show, and he said to me, what if we did Christmas movies that aren't Christmas movies? So yes, we're going to cover Christmas movies that aren't Christmas movies. The highly debated things. The movies that you say, well, that features Christmas, it must be a Christmas movie. Well, we're going to settle some debates, and we're going to get the tallies, and we're going to see which ones pass the test. And we have another great friend of mine, and we have the person who came up with the idea. We have Joe back on the show. So, Joe, welcome back.
Glad to be here.
Absolutely. So you came to me, and you said, hey, why don't we do this? Mostly because of one of the most highly debated Christmas movies that we'll talk about. But was that the catalyst for coming up with this idea?
I got to say yes, because it has been an ongoing debate easily for the last 6 months. I mean, it's been going on and on and on. I've seen all kinds of stuff, and we'll talk about it as time goes on.
Oh, yeah.
Facebook, there's all kinds of neat stuff Facebook has been throwing around. As a matter of fact, well, with one of the ones that's going to come up, they said it's not Christmas until I've seen that movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
okay.
And I'll add some other fun stuff in there that came up out of that research, if you will.
Sure.
But yeah, that most definitely was, because I'm curious to see what, you know, your viewers come up with too. Maybe they've got some stuff they want to throw back at you when they're done too.
And like I said, I'm gonna be tallying them up, and maybe we'll come out with some winners out there of like, these are the ones that you can watch for sure. So, I mean, I'm going to be voting, you're going to be voting. Our Magic Tech team is going to be giving us thumbs up and thumbs down. There he is, awesome. Yeah, way. And if they pass the test, we're going to give it a nice, but if they don't pass the test, they're going to get one of these lovely things. Except it won't work. Of course it won't. They're going to get one of these. All right, maybe they
Crickets,
won't.
huh?
Crickets, yeah. Right. That's the answer right there.
Yeah, there we go.
You watch, it's going to work later, and then, okay, well, you know. They're going to get a bell if they pass the test regardless.
There we go.
Let's look at the list here. And the first one we're going to be covering is the Star Wars Holiday Special. Who put that on there? Who put the Star Wars Holiday Special on here?
I was going to say, I didn't do it because I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Magic Tech Team. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, you put that thing on there. Yeah, right. Okay. Let's actually talk about the first subject here. We're going to rip the Band-Aid off right now.
Let's do it.
This is one of the most highly debated things on, is it a Christmas movie or not? I used to know someone who had a sweater, a Christmas sweater of this, and, you know, oh well. We're going to be talking first about Die Hard. Now, Die Hard, it's something that I would really never watch because I'll be honest, I'm not a rated R guy all the time, and this is a hard R, and the premise, though, you have to help me out on this. The premise is Bruce Willis, who wanted to do some action stuff because he was on TV with the rom-com drama Moonlighting.
Yeah.
Moonlighting? Yes.
Yeah, that's the one.
And basically it's him infiltrating this building that's owned by, I think, first big movie role Alan Rickman. And he does all these crazy things to, to take him down. There are explosions. There's a helicopter explosion. He's swinging from some kind of piece of fabric. And of course, we can't say the entire thing, but he has a very famous line that's said throughout the movie, yippee-ki-yay, blankety blank. So, the constant thing, and this is going to be one of the themes that we'll talk about throughout all of these movies, is that it's set in December. It's set at Christmas time. If you were to ask my dad, any Christmas movie has to have some kind of Christmas element. It has to be about Christmas to be a Christmas movie. But tell us about Die Hard and why is it a Christmas movie?
Okay, here's the beauty part about it. You kind of glanced over a lot of it, all right?
Okay.
Here's the thing. Bruce Willis is portraying a New York cop who's going to LA to meet his wife, who is doing really great at a new company in that town. Okay. So what wound up happening was they were separated, and so he's coming back to be with his family that are in California with his wife. Okay. Okay. So right then and there, that sets the whole thing up. Now, what I was telling you about with the Facebook thing. Yes. Now, Facebook somebody had done a post saying this was why they believed it was a Christmas movie. There is all kinds of Christmas music. Okay. 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 And Bruce Willis as John McClane, the New York cop, came to the wife's job in L.A., met up with her at a Christmas party. Okay. So you've got Christmas trees. Yep. He had a big bear for his kids. Okay. Okay, so there's Christmas presents. Yep. He enters the office area to Christmas music, a Christmas party in progress, champagne, the whole 9 yards, everything's going on, okay? So here we have the Christmas setting. Okay. He's even picked up by I'm sorry to say I don't remember the actor's name, by a kid who was playing Christmas music in the limo that he picked him up on. It was a rap thing of a rap Christmas song type thing. Okay. So consequently, we have all kinds of Christmas going on in the background. Okay. Okay. So that's what brought the whole thing on. And basically, they had a terrorist activity going on at the same time.
This is Alan Rickman.
This is Alan Rickman. Okay. A fabulous actor.
Absolutely.
He is one of my favorite bad guys. And, I mean, he's done some awesome parts, but I mean, when he's done anything he's ever done on the villain side of the house, I've loved every bit of it. I mean, he brought a whole new, I know we're off track a little bit when I say this, but I loved what he did with Robin Hood, the Prince of Thieves.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Yes. I mean, he just, when he was in there, it's just like, hey, when he got mad about the whole thing, we're going to cancel Christmas. I mean, every time I see him on there, I think of that. Okay. But getting back to Die Hard, the whole thing about what's going on with the Christmas thing, in my mind, it is a Christmas movie because all that is there. In fact, the Facebook people who weighed in on this post said flat outright, it is not Christmas until they see Hans Gruber falling from the Nakatomi building. and that is an exact quote from the post. And that's the whole thing. And one person even went so far as to say it's a Christmas movie for two additional reasons. Okay. Number one, the wife's name is Holly.
Holly McClane.
Hello, Holly.
Okay. All right. And the weapon that Bruce Willis as John McClane used to save the day was taped to his back by Christmas tape. So that when he wandered in to save the day, as you will, it was a 9mm attached to his back with Christmas tape, so that all he had to do was reach around back, grab it, and do his thing.
Okay.
So to go back to your relative's thing about elements of Christmas, it's all over there.
It's
man.
all over there.
Yeah, you can't miss it. I mean, you really can't.
So
And not only that,
Yeah.
here's a fact that you'll get a kick out
Okay.
of. One additional person commented that, yes, it's a Christmas movie because Bruce Willis's wife said so.
well, then if
Yeah.
she said which one? Who was it?
They didn't identify.
Demi Moore or whatever?
Yeah, they didn't identify. They just said Bruce Willis's wife. And
Okay.
I'm like, okay, that works for me. You know, and that's all there is to it.
I mean, so like I said, because of like the really hard R there, I'd probably have a hard time swallowing it. I mean, I'm okay with violence, but I mean, it's the language that really will get me. However, see, here's something that would tender my vote would be, do they actually talk about Christmas? Or is it just surrounding everybody? Is it talked about?
And to answer that point, in fact, they did.
Okay.
Because the whole idea was Mom had called home to check in on the kids, and the kids asked, hey, is dad coming home? And she said, well, let's see what, Sandra and I can pull together.
Okay.
And in the meantime, so yes, there's discussion about Christmas in there, and again, he had brought the bear as a present for the kids. So yeah, there was plenty of discussion about it. In fact, Holly, the wife, had to push away one of her coworkers who wanted to have a romantic night alone with her.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, no, I can't. She's like, I'm having Christmas with my kids, Rudolph, Santa, Frosty, the whole 9 yards. So
Rudolph and Frosty?
So yeah, there was plenty of discussion about the Christmas thing in there.
See, the people who know me, I write my 007 Soletti fan fiction series, and I wrote one not on purposely to be a Christmas story, but it turned out to be one. And even I didn't name one of the girls Holly because I thought, no, that's too on the nose. But so because it sounds like that would be a great Christmas Bond girl name, just Holly something.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Okay, well, with all that being said, I'm just going to take a wild guess here and say that you're on the yes side of Die Hard.
Well, let's put it this way.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory here.
Okay.
Into my former life.
Okay.
And the thing was, my ex-wife drove me absolutely insane with all the Christmas specials. You named off Hallmark, and you named off all the Rudolph.
All the Rankin Bass stuff, yeah.
And after a while, I mean, I love my action adventure, you know that.
Yes.
And when this one came down the pike, I think I caught it in theaters here in Concord somewhere.
Okay.
And when that one came out, I'm like, got to check this out. So I did, and I'm just like, yeah, I was a fan right from the get-go.
Okay.
So what wound up happening was it got to the point where when my wife was doing her thing, I was just like, okay, you know what? You go do your shopping, leave me alone.
Sure.
And I instituted what I very callously, and I will use that word, callously called my bloody Christmas ritual. Okay? And when we get to some of these movies, you'll understand why. So here's the thing. This one is always at the top of the list.
Sure.
I mean, it's the first one I see when I started researching for this show.
Yeah.
Just to remind myself.
Right.
So I'm like, oh yeah, we're back at it again. So, but that's the thing, and I'm going to throw something out there to the ladies, and if you want to surprise your significant other and you want them to sit down and watch Christmas movies with you, some of these movies are on that list, and either be there or don't be there. Go shopping, leave him to watch what he wants to watch to get rid of the, to get the Christmas whatever off him, So.
I'm sorry.
Well.
So, all right. So let's, because we have so many more to talk about.
Yes, we do.
Are you a yes or a no for Die Hard?
No, this is definitely a yes.
That's a yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Magic Tech Team, are you a yes or a no? He's a yes. Okay. I'm torn because those are really good points and I like them and they made me laugh. I think it's the Holly thing that's throwing me over the edge. But I'm going to stay out on the jury for that one, and I'll come back for that. So
Okay.
I'm not going to ring the bell quite yet, but I'm going to be undecided for that one.
Okay.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
Very Merry Christmas.
So let's move on. Let's stay pretty bloody here. And okay, I'll be honest with people who know me as well. They know that I'm going to hurt a lot of people's feelings. I'm not a Mel Gibson fan. I'm not. And it's mainly because of one 2004 film that he directed that really just turned me off. And if you know that movie, it's a religious movie, and that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, so he just never grabbed me. I know that he was, very popular, big ladies icon, sex symbol, all that stuff.
Right.
In fact, he lived just a couple doors down from my grandparents' house when he was filming a movie in Maine one time.
No kidding.
And my aunt would try to get a good glimpse of Mel Gibson. But anyway, you also said to me that one movie he did with, I'm gonna get his name right, Danny Glover, Lethal Weapon.
Yes.
Why is Lethal Weapon a Christmas movie?
Okay, now that one made my list because that also had elements of Christmas in it.
Okay.
Okay. The movie opens up and introduces the character of Martin Riggs, who was going through a tough time at that point in time. Well, let me start at the beginning. The movie itself starts out with Jingle Bell Rock as the theme. Okay.
Okay.
That's where it starts out. And it grabbed my attention going, okay, yeah, it's a Christmas song, here we go. So in the meantime, it opens up to a young lady in a Christmas setting in her apartment.
Okay.
Which didn't end well, let's put it that
Okay.
way. Okay. Well, I don't consider a young lady having done too much drugs taking a high dive out of a high rise.
Okay, probably not.
Yeah, that didn't exactly end well.
No, that didn't end
Not for her or for the car she landed on.
Ooh.
Yeah, so anyway, and I will go so far as to mention to your viewers that some of these movies are kind of gruesome.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, but I love my action adventure, especially when it's a well-written story.
That's fair.
And the thing is, this one was a candidate for the Bloody Christmas list.
Yep.
Because of what went on throughout the movie. Martin Riggs was out in a Christmas tree lot breaking up a drug deal, and he was going to get a 10-foot tree to go in his little mini trailer type thing. But as the friendship grew between his new partner, played by Danny Glover.
Yep.
And Christmas was brought up a lot, so they were going to, eat. And one of the laughable things about it was Danny Glover invited Mel Gibson to the house for the worst Christmas dinner ever.
Okay.
Yeah, which we all know. I mean, there's been bad ones. I mean, a lot of the good ones.
Oh, yeah.
So
Marks like that will not get you invited to Christmas dinner.
there's plenty of that in there as far as the Christmas thing. That's why I brought Lethal Weapon into it, because for me, there was Christmas things going on in there as well. So
would that be a yes for you?
I would put that on the fence only because some people will probably disagree with that if they've seen it and they remember it. So, but I mean, it made my Christmas list because I just go right down the line with it.
That's fair.
I mean, but that's my Christmas list.
Right.
Other people would take a look at that going, what's wrong with this guy? Yeah, he's got a major malfunction going on in his brain. So, and I wouldn't be surprised nor upset if they came up with that.
That's fair, yeah.
Because
I can't treat this fairly because I don't know as much about it. Mel may have kind of turned me off a little bit.
Right.
And I don't ever hear more about this than more about like Die Hard.
Right.
So I'd have to treat it as an unfair vote. I don't know where I would go. Magic Tech Team, do you have an opinion on this? Oh, he says yes. Okay. Yeah. So and I'm gonna say, are you a yes as well, or are you a no?
Well, I'd be leaning more towards
Leaning
yes.
more towards yes?
Yeah, because it's on my list of things that I watch over the Christmas holiday. Yeah.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna actually give it an, like I said, this is all an unfair vote for me anyway, because I can't say much about it.
Right.
But just because I haven't heard as much, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no this time, but who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
I'll have to change my mind on that.
Well, like you were telling me about the new Superman at the last show,
Right.
give yourself a chance, sit down, take a look at it.
I will.
I haven't done the Superman one yet, but I
Ooh.
keep seeing it. I keep seeing it where I work. I'm like, I gotta buy that because I have all the other ones.
Yeah.
I should slide that one into my collection, even if I don't care for it.
I
Yeah.
think there's gonna be something about it you like.
Yeah.
Something at least.
Merry Christmas.
So, let's go to another one now, where in 1989 it was a huge hit. Tim Burton, Michael Keaton, and Jack Nicholson. A trio came to Warner Brothers and said, we're going to bring you a character and we're going to make him a little bit darker than usual. Thus, we got Batman. Batman was huge. And Warner Brothers said, okay, Tim Burton, we will give you full control of the next film in the franchise. Okay. We all know that Tim Burton also does like a winter setting. He's used that a lot in his other movies. I've heard a lot of people say like Edward Scissorhands and a few others that I can't even think about right now. Well, Nightmare Before Christmas, I suppose you could say, but didn't actually direct it. Just saying. But anyway, the second Batman comes out, Batman Returns, and that. Okay, now we're getting into my territory. I've seen this, yay! And I like this. Not only does it have clearly Burton's name written all over it, you can see it.
Absolutely.
But I've heard arguments that it's a Christmas movie because it does take place at Christmas time. We have the whole snow on Gotham. Snow is there. They have a huge Christmas tree lighting ceremony that gets invaded by bats and Batman himself. Selena Kyle, Catwoman, her previous employment was at a department store called Shrek's. People are doing their Christmas shopping there. Shrek, played by Christopher Walken. You have the other villain, an Arctic animal, the Penguin. Hello. But then we also have some other Christmas elements here and there. And then the last line of the film is, we think Catwoman's dead, and Bruce Wayne picks up a pet cat that's on the street, and he says, or Alfred says to him, "Merry Christmas, Master Bruce," and Bruce says, and peace to men, or something like that, or peace and goodwill to men, or something like that. He's petting the cat.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Wayne.
Goodwill toward men.
There are more references that I'm not thinking of, but what do you think? Is Batman Returns Christmas movie, not Christmas movie?
It's on my Christmas
It's
list.
on your list. Okay.
And it's one of the ones I watch just to kind of get my head back into the. So yeah. And again, they had so much going on in and around that whole thing with the Christmas thing. So, well, basically, a lot of what went down at the ceremonial lighting of the Christmas tree.
Yep.
And also when they had the big meeting where Shrek wanted to do the power plant.
Yep.
And they were talking about him, just trying to push it through over the holiday, and that was wrong for him to do that.
Yep.
So, there was plenty enough references. So, I mean, and he also made a production, Walken as Shrek made a production out of making it big and wanting to give back to the people as he's throwing presents out to the crowd. So, yeah.
That's right.
Some of the things that you said that you were not remembering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reviewed that one too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's so far we're just talking about like dark Christmas movies here, and that's not even like mentioning like the really actual dark stuff. Like in recent years, there's some like Silent Night, Violent Night, and then in the 70s there was Black Christmas. So stuff like this, there are violent movies out there, but those actually have the holiday involved.
Right.
These ones are different. So I'm gonna say yes to Batman Returns. What do you think? Would you say yes to that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, because like I said, it's on my list. It's one of the ones I will sit down and watch.
That's fair. Magic and Tech Team, yes or no? That's a yes.
Yep.
All right. Well, we got a winner! Yay!
There it is.
There it is. All right. So let's take a break from violence here for a little bit, because we have some nice ones here too. So I was in high school and I was in a production of this that was originally played, turned into movies multiple times actually. And I remember, I think we did this. I think it was in November when we put on the show, but I remember like walking out after one of the productions and it was snowing out. So it was like, oh my gosh, this is a perfect connection. Little Women. I've heard the argument that this is sometimes considered a Christmas movie because they're talking about the holiday, they're getting ready for it. The father coming home, this is during Civil War times, the father coming home for Christmas from the war. And it's just a nice little family film. Is it a Christmas movie?
I'm afraid you got me on that one.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get a chance to catch up with that one.
That's okay.
Yeah. From the sounds of what you're telling me, it would probably be yes. But I mean, if the father's coming back home to be with the family,
yeah,
especially after something as nasty as the Civil War,
right?
People would be looking for peace and goodwill after that kind of an experience.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if the war is still going on or if he just is coming back from it.
Right.
There was a famous version in the 90s with Winona Ryder and Kirsten Dunst, and they just recently remade it. Meryl Streep, Emma Watson. I don't know if Christmas is throughout the thing. As I recall from the production we did, it's not really throughout the whole thing. I think, like I said, it's talked about. That it's important to the plot, but it doesn't center around winter, December, or Christmas.
Right.
I think there might be a Christmas party. All I remember was I was the youngest grandfather you ever saw on stage. But they didn't give me a wig or anything. But I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen it or even talked about Little Women. There may be more in the book as well. I'll go to you first. Do you think it's a yes or a no? Just judging from what we've talked about.
Going by what you told me, I would say a huge possibility for a yes on that one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because again, for what I mentioned before was that if you are going to, come back from a war, you'd be looking for some Christmas spirit, some goodwill, peace, goodwill, as you mentioned with Batman, towards all mankind after you got through watching cannons and muskets and everything rip your friends to shreds. So.
Yeah. All right, yeah. All right, so Magic and Tech Team, Little Women, yes or no? Oh, he's on the fence, but he's gonna give it to him. Okay, cool. I'm gonna give it a yes because I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt because, like I said, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I think I agree with what you're saying. Sometimes even the smallest Christmas element can impact the entire movie.
Right. And
you can just associate it with Christmas. And we're going to talk about one that's kind of like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what? I'm going to give it a bell for that. So I think that's a winner for me. Okay, so this next one, though, I'm going to be super biased on, though. So the year is 1967, and a young Scotsman actor says, "I'm leaving this role that has made me famous for many people throughout the 60s. And this young man was named Sean Connery. And he left the role of James Bond. So the producers scattered around, oh my God, what are we going to do? We got to find a new Bond. Enters no acting experience Australian model, con man, in the sense that he kind of just swindled his way in there, George Lazenby. And the production immediately goes in for On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Now, On Her Majesty's Secret Service is an important film in the Bond franchise. The ending is very important. Keyword Tracy. Keyword marriage. Keyword spoilers. Very, very important. Impacts Bond and is brought up throughout some of the other movies. So, but the thing is that I say this is a Christmas movie because although if you were to turn it on, you're watching it, you're saying, this isn't really Christmassy, it's actually a weird Australian with some weird editing choices throughout the movie. But the minute he goes on the assignment, which is he's undercover as a coat of arms expert, basically, and he goes up to the Swiss Alps because he's going to try and find out what's going on with his archenemy, Blofeld. He goes up into the Swiss Alps. What's going on? Not only is it winter time, but it's Christmas time. There's a Christmas fair. Blofeld's lair with all the women about who he's curing. They have a Christmas party. They receive Christmas presents. Christmas is brought up quite a few times. In fact, Bond himself takes down one of Blofeld's henchmen and wishes, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And then on his way out, stealing some skis, he says, maybe you should have been gift wrapped.
Maybe you should have been gift wrapped.
Later on, there's a great ski chase, couple of great ski chases. Bond is hiding from the henchmen in this Christmas fair where he meets up with Tracy, who's ice skating.
James. Darling, you're in trouble. What is it?
There's people after me.
Can I help?
Have you got a car?
Outside.
Let's get out of here.
I lost my train of thought. The girls go off, and the hench ladies, Merry Christmas, girls, Merry Christmas.
Goodbye, girls. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
They receive presents, like I said, that are used for Blofeld's plan. Blofeld himself then captures Bond and flat out says, Merry Christmas, 007.
Merry Christmas, 007.
And he's decorating a Christmas tree. Later on, they stay in the Swiss Alps. There's a snowstorm. Bond and Tracy are still getting together. There's a big toboggan race. And then, well, we get to the end. Very, very sad. So, like I said, I'm super biased here, but that is one of my go-to movies that I watch every year around Christmas time. Not for the fact that Lazenby may not be the best actor in the world or that the editing is a little wonky, but because there is because the center of the movie is all Christmas. So, Joe, what do you think? Am I just being biased here, or do you think it's actually, it could count?
I think I'm going to have to review that movie because it's been years since I've seen that one. Because I had forgotten about that one, to be honest. You brought it up. I mean, I'm so used to the...
Most people forget about poor George Lazenby.
Yeah. Well, I know the Sean Connery ones, and I also know the Roger Moores and all those. But when you brought up His Majesty's Secret Service, I'm like, I saw that once way back.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have a coworker, actually, who, she herself was originally from Britain, and she didn't even know that George Lazenby's movie existed. So.
Wow, okay. But yeah, like I said, going by what you said, it sounds like it would be I'm going to call it a feel-good Christmas-type movie.
There you go.
But like I said, I don't remember enough of it.
I mean, I'm going to sweeten the pot here and say that even longtime Bond composer John Barry got together with a singer named Nina. Not the 99 Red Balloons Nina, a different one. And they wrote, and she sung a Christmas song called "Do You Know How Christmas Trees Are Grown?" Now, is the song great? No. Is it like very 60s kind of weird lyrics? Oh yeah. But do you know how Christmas trees are grown? They need sunshine and rainbows. Do you know how Santa gets around? He needs reindeer and kindness. It's like, okay, these lyrics are weird, but...
Do you know how Christmas trees are grown? They need sunshine. Sunshine can't grow Christmas trees alone. They need raindrops. Raindrops can't grow Christmas trees. Here's the reason why. In the winter, rain will freeze and the trees will die.
It's a Christmas song. It's a Christmas song. So, kind of like kind of on the opposite side of it, what I did with Lethal Weapon, I'm going to be unfair with this in a total bias. I'm going to get a big fat yes.
Okay.
Joe, what would you say? Would you give Honor Majesty's Secret Service a big fat yes or a no? I won't be mad if you say no.
Well, let's put it this way. Going by what you said, it warrants another viewing on my part.
Okay.
Like I said, I forgot about it. I know I've seen it, but that was so far back, I don't remember a thing about it.
That's fair.
Yeah, so...
If you want to be unfair like I was with Lethal Weapon, you can.
Yeah, let's go with that, because like I
Okay.
said, when it comes to Christmas movies, I'm kind of, as you can tell.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you want to lean yes or you want to lean no?
Let's lean on the fence with a shot towards the no end.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Magic and Tech Team? Hey! All right.
You got someone on your side for
I got-
that one? Yeah.
About time, finally.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go on to another one. Now, this one is going to be interesting. In the 80s, in the 70s and in the 80s, big singer, Cher.
Yeah.
You know, she and Sonny were doing things, and then they split. But actually, it's nice to see a singer who actually can act, too. Cher is one of them. And one of her first big movies was a little thing in the 80s called Moonstruck, which was with a very young Nicolas Cage. And it's basically a big rom-com. The basic premise is there's this big full moon and everyone gets so love crazy. And Cher and Nicolas Cage kind of have this like on-off relationship. It's like, oh, but the moon is just like, it's throwing us over. We must fall in love. So that it's mainly about the relationship they have. And Cher is part of this big family, and there's a lot going on. But I realized watching it that there's a scene where Nicolas Cage and Cher go to a theater show, and there are Christmas lights on the trees. I'm saying, wait a minute, Christmas movie? Okay. If you were to ask me, I would say that I didn't even notice it. I think the first time I saw it, it took me a couple of watches to say, oh, hey, look. I would lean towards no, but what do you think? Do you think Moonstruck is considered a Christmas movie?
I think, like you said about Lethal Weapon, it would be unfair for me to throw any kind of a vote because I've never seen it.
That's fair.
So going by what you said, I'd go with no, because if all we had was Christmas lights,
There's more. Yeah. There's more to it that I'm probably forgetting. I mean, that means it's set at September, and it was clearly set at Christmas. You could see,
right?
You can see that. You know, I think there's a wreath on the door, maybe too, and it's like,
right.
But it's never talked about. It's never really brought up.
Yeah.
You know, at least the characters that we've mention Christmas in the dialogue too, which is what helps me vote too.
Right.
But yeah, I like Moonstruck, and there's a very famous scene in it where the morning after Nicolas Cage is going on, and Cher just goes ahead, smacks him across the face. Snap out of it!
Snap out of it!
I can't.
It's a very famous scene. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna say no for Moonstruck. Actually, as much as I like it, Magic and Tech Team. Oh, that's a big fat. Oh, we got a no. Poor Moonstruck. Well, regardless, still check that out. It's a good one. We'll have to do an actor spotlight on either Cher or Nicolas Cage. We'll definitely talk more about that. All right, so this one is going to be like an overview. This isn't necessarily one in particular movie. If you look at every single movie in this franchise, and the last one split up into two parts, but if you put it into one big thing, every single one of these stories mentions and has a scene at Christmas time. This being Harry Potter. So, it's about these young witches and wizards. You might say, well, why aren't you associating that with Halloween? Because Christmas is such a big part of these movies to me. They always seem to find time to either show you a Christmas scene or mention it or have maybe more than one scene. We have, like in the first one, Harry and Ron getting their new gifts. We have
Christmas, Harry. Happy Christmas, Ron.
in the second one, we have all the Christmas shenanigans there. I always love Hagrid dragging the big tree into the Great Hall. The third one kind of has a little bit. They're in the town somewhere, and I think Ron briefly says, sorry, happy Christmas, and then bolts out. The fourth one has the big Yule Ball.
Is that Hermione Granger with Victor Crumb?
No, absolutely no.
Harry, take my waist.
What?
Ow.
The fifth one, they're practicing in their little secret area, but it's Christmas time, you can clearly see. I think.
See you after Christmas.
Back. Sit down, everybody, sit down. That's it. Now, presents.
And a nice big box for Ron.
Big box for her. And, presents. Come on, open up. I want to see your faces.
Yes.
Try it on.
Thanks, Mum. It's perfect.
Just what he wanted, actually. Yeah.
Thanks, Mum. Thanks, Mum.
Come on then, everybody. Let's clear this way. Oh, Harry. There you are. Happy Christmas. Thank you. Lovely to have you with us. Thank you. Now, Daddy, pass that to Daddy.
Thank you.
Has everybody got?
Toast.
Fred, George, Hermione. Make sure
A
Hermione
Christmas
gets-
toast to Mr. Harry Potter, without whom I would not be here.
I think the sixth one has a Christmas dinner. And then the seventh, which is the seventh and eighth one, Christmas is involved because they go to the gravestone of Harry's parents and they magically put a wreath there. Yeah, I don't know. What do you say about Harry Potter? Would you consider those something to watch at Christmas time, maybe?
I haven't seen any of the Harry Potters. I mean, any.
Ooh.
Well,
Bane struck.
Well, that's just never been my thing. So
Okay, fair.
The thing is,
With all that being said, though, I mean, like, Christmas is brought up and shown in every single one of those movies. Again,
Yeah.
calling Deathly Hallows the last one.
let me throw this out to you.
Okay.
Was the scenes that came in
Yeah.
about Christmas, or was it just incidental? In other words, was it just there?
I would say that they're part of it. I would say.
Yeah.
Because you got to realize it's still a school,
Right.
so they're there at. If it's a regular school year,
Right.
they're going to be in December regardless.
Yeah.
So I say it's part of it, and sometimes it attains to the plot, like, oh, in the first one, Hermione's going home for Christmas. However, the boys are going to stay and sneak around because not a lot of people are there, and it helps them move on with the plot.
Not in the restricted section. Happy Christmas.
You ask yourself, like, okay, why didn't they bring up, like, the Yule Ball in the other? Why did it take them until the fourth one to bring that up when this sounds like it's an annual event? But I don't know, maybe they're doing it special because they have the special tournament in that movie. But I would say it does help the plot of each movie somehow because it's not, they don't have to put it in there.
Right.
They could just say, like, oh, hey, guess what? It's December time. Merry Christmas, everybody. They could just do that. But they don't have to. They spend time with it.
Yeah. So I guess my big question would be would it alter the story if that scene wasn't there? Which would...
You're making me think.
Yeah. Didn't mean to, sorry.
No. This is intellectual television.
Yeah.
I would say yes and no.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the bits they show are just the continuing part of it, but just the changing of the seasons.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does help.
Yeah.
Like, it's convenient. Like, oh, okay, well, not all the students are here. Maybe there's more time to go do things. And we learn, something's maybe learned there. Now, an epiphany or something that's unknown to the audience at first and is explained in a scene, it happens to be during Christmas. Maybe Christmas doesn't have to be there, but it is.
Right.
So I would say yes and no, but leaning towards yes because of the school year part.
Okay.
That's the thing I would say.
All right.
So for me, I would say Harry Potter's a yes. What do you think?
I'd have to see it.
Okay.
So I can't give it a yes because
That's fair.
I haven't seen it. I really don't, And that's why I asked you the question about whether it would have changed the movie if that scene wasn't there at all.
Right.
Because in some cases where a scene is added in about Christmas, and I'm going to use a favorite of mine, 1941.
Yes, you brought that up to me, yes.
Yeah, and what happened, of course, that was 1941 was about the mayhem that the writers perceived happened after the attack on Pearl Harbor. And, and what had happened was, of course, everybody was trying to celebrate Christmas and focus on good, even though they knew that the country was about to be plunged into a major war.
Right.
And the thing is, towards the end, now this they didn't have to put in at the end, but they did, because all the mayhem that they had gone through on a perceived air raid, which wasn't, but given the nature of the movie, which had John Belushi, John Candy,
huge name of people, and
there was
huge line of people,
and it had Ned Beatty in there.
Ned Beatty was in there.
Basically, what wound up happening was, towards the end, the guy said that it didn't matter what was coming. After he managed to demolish his house, he said after all of that, he said they were still going to maintain the Christmas spirit. Now, they didn't have to have that on there, but it added a comic ending to the thing. So what wound up happening was he put the wreath on the front door, smacked the wreath to the front door, and the whole house slides off into the ocean. It was hysterical. Like I said, it wouldn't have made a difference if they had left that scene out. Right. But it led a comical ending to a movie that,
I know about 1941, and from what I know, that it's like with a lot of those types of movies, huge ensemble name cast, but wasn't the best of things or got really panned.
Right.
That's what I know about it.
Right.
But I'm in agreement with you. Like some of those things, like if it takes place after Pearl Harbor, obviously you're going to be in December. Yeah. And I like the idea that they're trying to keep up their spirits. But honestly, I might say no to that.
Well, exactly.
I might lean towards no. Yeah.
And like I said, the whole idea is where I was going with that is, again, you could chop that end of it off and it would have made a difference.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And you know, and it wouldn't have meant anything. And that's why I asked you the question about, you know.
About Harry Potter, yeah.
Yeah, about Harry Potter. Would it have made a difference if that scene hadn't been there?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Magic and Tech Team, Harry Potter, yes or no? That's a big fat no. Okay,
Yeah.
well. How about 1941?
And he didn't even stop to think about
No,
that
he didn't.
either.
Oh, it's a no for him.
Oh,
with
yeah,
that. Okay.
no, I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to put 1941 up here. All right. So, next one I want to do, because we only have 2 left here, that I have. One is, now, I say it's a Christmas movie because it's brought up throughout. It's not about Christmas, but it's brought up throughout.
Right.
That is Catch Me If You Can. The famous, apparently untrue story of the true Frank Abagnale Jr., the big con man who goes off, poses as a pilot, a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor, and the FBI agent is always after him. Abagnale played by DiCaprio and FBI agent Hanratty played by Tom Hanks. First of all, I want to say yes, I found out after that movie was released, apparently Abagnale came out and said the whole movie is fake. He never did any of that. So go figure. He's still conning us all this time. But the funny thing about the movie is that Christmas is brought up a little bit here and there. I think it's a little bit brought up with his parents, who are, again, Christopher Walken's back. But also, Hanratty and Abagnale always seem to make or connect with each other at Christmas. Carl Hanratty gets a call from Frank Abagnale. Merry Christmas, Carl. I'm calling you again. You haven't found me yet.
Merry Christmas.
And then another Christmas. Hello, Frank. I still haven't caught you yet, have I? Not yet?
Merry Christmas, huh?
And he keeps going and going and going, and eventually Frank has to go all the way to France to make these fraud checks, and it's at Christmas time, and Carl finally catches him. I think it is either Christmas Eve or the Christmas Eve. You can hear a church singing Christmas carols, and Frank finally gets arrested.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas, Frank.
This was a stretch, but I was doing some research too, and I came across this and I said, oh yeah, all the meeting up at Christmas. What do you think? Is it maybe a Christmas movie because of all the meeting up? It's throughout?
As far as fiction's concerned, it actually sounds like something I should look into.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I know of the story, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
And it's a great movie. You just have to keep telling yourself, oh wait, it's all fake. Apparently he didn't really play all these roles. He fraud checks, but he didn't actually do all these different roles. I'm on the fence about this one because I like the fact that, it's a common occurrence, like, oh, it's Christmas time, gotta call the FBI agent, you haven't got me yet. But I don't know if I count it as a Christmas movie. It's on the fence for me. If you want to give it an unfair vote, you can. Which way would you lean?
I would, again, lean towards the no because I haven't seen it.
Okay, all right.
I can't really say yes when I haven't seen it and have no idea what it's about.
That's fair.
Other than what you gave me.
Right. But see, this is good because, I've seen stuff that you've said that you brought up. You haven't seen stuff that I brought up. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Magic and Tech Team, Catch Me If You Can. Would you give it a yes or a no? Ooh,
Wow.
double no. Wow. Rude.
That was severe.
That was brutal. You didn't have to be so brutal on that. Anyway, last one I have on this list is, it's a Christmas classic, and I've heard mainly from my dad, it is not a Christmas movie. It is in no way a Christmas movie. And my grandmother will go ahead and say, it's a terrible movie. And I'm like, well, thanks a lot, Grandma. It's the classic, It's a Wonderful Life, which they show here on Concord TV, I might add. That is a plug. Anyway, It's a classic, though. It's the story of Jimmy Stewart's character, George Bailey, how he's basically growing up. He falls in love with this girl, Donna Reed. They become married. They have a wonderful life. However, George thinks everything's going wrong because of the savings and loan that his family works at / owns. Going downhill because of the Great Depression.
Yeah.
But and so he decides, you know what? I wish I'd never been born. All of a sudden, Angel comes down, named Clarence, says, all right, boom, never been born.
You've never been born. You don't exist.
We see the world how it's like. George says, no. Actually, he says, let me try that again. No. I want to be born again. I want to be born. All of a sudden, all is well. And it is at Christmas time. And, we have Jimmy Stewart running down the road. Merry Christmas! Yay! 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 Hello, Bedford Falls! Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, George!
Merry Christmas, movie house! Merry Christmas, Emporium! Merry Christmas, you wonderful old building and loan! Hey! Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter!
Happy New Year to you! In jail. Go on home, they're waiting for you.
So on and so forth. Joe, It's a Wonderful Life.
No.
No!
Not a Christmas.
No! No!
It's
Don't say no. No.
I can't. I can't in good conscience say yes because that's
Okay.
not. They're not focused on Christmas.
Okay.
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 They're focused on what would happen if this guy had not been born.
Okay.
And if he was to stay gone, how it would be if he was gone. Had nothing to do with Christmas whatsoever. So yeah, they had him running down and going, "Hey, Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas, Bedford Falls!"
Yeah. And it's just like, just because you're running down the road going, "Hey, I mean, it's." I can't think of a good analogy. But I mean, I can run down the road going, Happy 4th of July right now.
Yeah.
What would it mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Nothing, Hey, it's Independence Day. I'm free. Happy 4th of July, people,
Right.
Nah, that doesn't fly. Not at all. I mean, you people would be looking at me like I'm a nutcase, and like they did probably pretty much in there.
In that movie.
In that movie, they were thinking the same. Like, what's wrong with him,
I mean, here's the thing. Before he goes through the whole not being born thing, he's really, getting mad and upset. It is Christmas time. They're decorating the tree. One of the kids is playing Christmas carols on the thing, and I think, Janie, can't you play something else? And it does end on a Christmas note.
Right.
But
and I think that's how they're trying to sell it as a Christmas movie.
I think maybe so.
They needed the tree so that the little kid could say her stupid little line.
Oh, every time a bell rings, the angel gets his wings.
I mean,
Teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
it could have been a school bell that rang, and that kid could have said that same thing. The teacher could have been like, "Bing, bing, bing, get your butt in here. Time for you to school." Hey, did you know? Yeah, there you go. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets.
Yay! Well, that was like 6 right there.
And of course, somebody might be like, "Yeah, slap that kid. Who cares?" But the point is, they want to make it a Christmas movie because that's what they did. They put the tree in there and had him run around like a.
Well, I mean,
So
there are thousands and thousands of people that I will say. I mean, I don't know them personally, but that would probably disagree with you because of the fact it's so cemented.
Yeah.
With Christmas, and it's shown on TV. Everyone has a copy of it.
Yeah. Well, again, it's it's another example of Hollywood's
Yeah.
You know, messing with our head to tell us this is a Christmas movie because we said so.
We said so.
You know.
Here's the funny thing. It was I know that it was originally a flop when it first came out. It was a flop.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm not surprised because I mean the reason I remember it so much is because it was on my parents as I was growing up, and there was no escape. It was kind of like The Wizard of Oz for me. You know, it's just like you can't get away. Here you go, kids. This is on your list of things that we're allowing you to watch, and it's like I got homework. You know, you know, I don't want to see this. You know.
I will say this though, and you know this definitely helps my argument. There is Bedford Falls in the movie is based off a real town in New York, Seneca Falls, which, you know, many people out there will tell you, well, that's the birthplace of women's rights. I'm like, okay, that's nice. No, it's Bedford Falls, which is the birthplace of women's rights. Susan B. Anthony was there, all that stuff.
Right.
But no, Seneca Falls was the basis for Bedford Falls in the movie. And every year, that town has a big It's a Wonderful Life festival. The whole main street is, you know, businesses are decked out with sales mostly. There are reenactors who will walk the streets and then be in a parade as well. And there's a guy out there who does a George Bailey, Jimmy Stewart impression. We've actually had him on the show. He did an entertainment update. And I was on the floor of how good it was. He was so funny and so good at it. He looked at him, sounded like him. So check out that entertainment update. He's great. And it's a really great time. They show the movie. They have Christmas things. You can go to the bridge. Don't jump off. So yeah, it's a good time.
You're mean. You're very mean. What do you have against this movie? It's a great movie. It's a Christmas movie. You're mean. Back to the show.
So I'm going to strongly disagree with you. I'm going to give it a big fat yes. I can already know you're going to give it a big fat no. Magic and Tech Team, please save us. You show this movie, so be nice to it. Is It's a Wonderful Life a Christmas movie? Yay! Hey, all right. All right, so we are almost out of time here, so I'm not going to give it to Catch Me If You Can. I'm sorry. I was out on the jury on that one, so sorry, Catch Me If You Can. You lost out. I mean, that might change. Die Hard, I'm coming back to it. You know what? Just for the pure silliness that you all described there, I'll give it a yes. There it is. All right, Die Hard. Congratulations. We are out of time here, but were there any quick ones that you wanted to mention, really rapid fire? If not, that's okay.
Well, no, I was going to suggest that they check out Die Hard 2.
Oh, Die Hard 2, okay.
Yeah, because
that's fair.
that one is set at Dulles Airport, and again, husband and wife are getting back together for the Christmas holiday, and that one's a pretty wild ride too. So yeah, I mean,
that's fair.
Yeah, no, it's a action adventure and a well-written story, and like I said, a lot of fun.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so.
I want to quickly say it's no way. I'm going to give it a big fat no, actually, for this. But Star Trek Generations, if you know that movie, that's the one with Kirk and Picard. There is a bit where Kirk and Picard enter this thing called the Nexus, and Picard's at Christmas time with this family that he's dreamed up. And there's even a song on the soundtrack, A Christmas Hug, just saying. I'm still giving it a no because it's not really a focal point, but it's in there. It's in there. Star Trek. I got it in there, everybody. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Anyway.
Nice.
Let's end the show. Trek the halls. Let's end the show here with our favorite game, Who Are You? I'm going to roll the clip. Joe, you have to tell me, of course, who it is and or what it's from. Clip, please.
What is this?
It's a Christmas tree, Father.
I can see that I'm not a bloody idiot. Where did it come from?
I bought it.
I expressly told you I do not want
Hello, Grandfather. We said to produce some for you. Ashton said it's your favorite.
Oh, he did he?
Do you remember it?
Yes, I remember it. My elder brother and I were each given one at Christmas. And
All right, so there were a lot of voices in that one, but I told you to listen more to the deeper English voice, the older English voice that kind of started the whole thing out and ended it. So Joe, any thoughts on who that is and or what it could possibly be from?
For some reason,
okay,
I am of the belief
okay.
that voice belongs to Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey?
In the live action How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Okay.
And that's what came out at me.
Okay.
And as I mentioned, I thought I recognized the small voice.
I will say that she said grandfather.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, I don't know. They may have done something in that movie that I don't recall. But Jim Carrey is the Grinch, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's who it sounded like to me. I mean, I have the live action version of that. I'd have to review it, but
yeah,
it's what it sounded like to me.
All right. Well, then let's take a look. Is that Jim Carrey from the live action Grinch?
what is this?
I'm sorry. That was actually Roger Moore from one of those cheesy Hallmark movies
that I
called
would never watch. Yeah.
called Princess for Christmas. He is playing this grouchy old duke of made-up-ville Castleberry, and that's the little girl who gives him his favorite ornament, and he has a Scrooge change of heart moment right there. And this is one of those Hallmark movies, Hallmark-esque movies I watch every year because of Roger Moore.
Right.
And, most people will watch that and say, okay, who's Roger Moore? I explain it to them. But then inside that movie, I say this in a fun way, they had the gall where the love interest lady, she's dressing up her nephew in a tux, and she says, 007, eat your heart out. And I'm yelling at the screen, he's in the other room! So, yes, that is Roger Moore. I'm sorry that was not Jim Carrey, so I have to give you coal in your stocking.
Well, hey, that's all right. It won't be the first time.
Oh. Well, regardless, Joe, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, yeah. No.
Thank you for this idea.
Thanks for bringing me on board, because, I mean, I wanted to see what came of this.
Absolutely. This was great. I'll be putting out a poll on the YouTube page and the As the Real Turns Instagram page. See what you think. What do you think of these lists? This was our results. A lot of fun options on there. So until the next time we see you, thank you again for coming on. Thank you to our Magic and Tech team. Thanks for voting. My name is Daniel Saletti. Have a Merry Christmas out there, and we will see you next time. This has been As the Real Turns. That's a wrap. Woo! Merry Christmas!